Hi, welcome to the channel. This is Beyond Authentic. My name is Lisa and this is April's Witch Casket box unboxing. So if you want to see what's in this month's box, stay tuned. Okay, so as I always say, I have been subscribed to Witch Casket for about 4 years, I think, something like that, 3.5, 4 years, maybe longer. And it's consistently good value. Some months are better than others. There's been a couple of months where I was almost considering cancelling the subscription because for various reasons, but there should be a playlist. I'll put the link to the playlist up on screen, just up here somewhere, for you to go and check that out with all of the Witch Casket unboxings. It does cost £29 a month here in the UK, £34 in Europe, and £36 in the rest of the world. And yeah, let's crack on, shall we? I think the theme for this month was something like perfect oddities or imperfect oddities, peculiar oddities. I knew it was some sort of oddities. Now this gives us a very good clue as to what the design is going to look like for today's box. One thing with Witch Casket, they do have a design, a consistent design throughout the items in their boxes, so we'll have a good old look. It says here, this casket is peculiar oddities, and we created some useful yet strange and unusual items that we hope you'll love as much as we do. And then it says to remember to read through the pamphlet. It tells you what's in it and if there's any special notes or safety information that we need. So I'll have a look at that as we a little bit later to make sure we've got it all. Now the one thing I will say as well, their media team is absolutely phenomenal. Their social media team is brilliant. If you tag them, if you tag them, that's the word I'm looking for, in a video or on social media, chances are one of their social media team will actually get back to you and at least acknowledge that effort that you've put in. So then we always get a art print. This is really cool. This is a nice what's it called? There's a name for these, isn't there, where you grow a garden in a bottle? I can't remember what it's called, but there is a name for it. But anyway, that's quite nice. A lovely, perhaps that's amethyst at the top, I'm not sure. But this is our monthly manifestation card. It says, what are my goals this month? What magical steps, what practical steps can I take to reach these goals, and what magical steps can I take to reach these goals? So it says then at the bottom, the seeds are planted, intentions are set, I command my desires be met. We quite often, most months, we get a monthly spell kit. This is the New Beginnings Wind spell kit. Ooh, now that sounds interesting. Contains all you need to invoke the winds of change. Oh, I wonder what that is in there today. Let's have a look. So then, what have we got in here? We've got lots and lots and lots of packets. So we've got 3 packets, and it says you will need angelica, peppermint and poppy seeds. Are these all, these can't be seeds, can they? Poppy seeds, yes, but we can't have seeds in Witch Casket, unfortunately, no. So that's a real shame. It would have been really good, but obviously because of international law you can't send seeds through the post. But I guess what you could do, if you wanted to add something into this, you could actually put, because it is New Beginnings, you could actually put like a mixed wildflower seed and just mix that into the blend, and then you blow that and scatter that. That might be really, really nice. Obviously the poppy seeds, I know they're used for culinary purposes, but I'm sure that you could use those for maybe to grow your own poppies. I don't know. I don't know if the ones we eat are inert, but that's cool. So we've got a New Beginnings doodah spell kit. Let's see what else we've got. We've got, oh, so cat's claw bark. It says this magical herb can be used in spells and rituals for enhancing psychic powers and spiritual connections. Other uses include protection, defense, abundance and good fortune. Ooh, now that sounds incredibly interesting. I haven't actually had cat's claw bark before, so this is very interesting for me. Let's see what it looks like. It looks, oh, I see. So it's just strips of a bark. I wonder if there's is there a scent to it? Oh, there's not. It does smell herby, but that's really interesting. Okay, I'll have to have a look and see what cat's claw how I can use that. That's really cool. So I'll pop that to one side. We often, in fact, I would say every single month, we get our enamel pin. So this is obviously, oh, it's a bit like another one of those that art print was with the, I don't really can see it quite on camera. It's got like a mushroom in one of those clonch growing things. I don't know what they're called. I'm sure you'll all be screaming at me at home going, Lisa, it's called a bilimbium. I don't know what it is. Apparently, by the way, this box is worth over £100. So far I'm impressed. We always get a crystal as well, and we got the scroll this month as well. So, oh, this is petrified wood. Now, I can see these are not your regular items that we would normally get. I don't think I've had a petrified wood stone ever, actually, so that's really cool. It says a fossilized wood created when minerals replace the organic materials in wood, turning it to stone. Petrified wood is a beautiful stone for grounding. It calms and brings balance, symbolizing transformation over time. It can help anyone changing their path by giving them faith in the future and trust in the universe. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's actually hitting home today. That the idea that not all transformations can happen in a quick succession. Not all transformation happens fast. Sometimes it does take years and years and years. And by having the faith in the future that transformation will happen, things will improve, things will get better. Oh, I'm getting a bit emotional. Oh, I think I needed this box today. What a weird day it's been. Right, anyway, let's carry on. So we've got divine power. Let's see what it is. It is a goddess crystal holder, a beautiful wooden statue to represent the goddess and divine feminine. Designed to carefully hold a small magical crystal rune or talisman of your choosing. This is, oh my gosh, it's like my Gaia. I mean, oh wow, this has got some real symbolism for me today. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I know Deb and Ella will have no idea how profound this is hitting me today. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look, we've got the snake winding around her. This snake is a symbol of transformation. We've got the triple moon goddess headband. Oh wow. That's oh, it's been an emotional few days for some of us, and the divine feminine and this idea of transformation, that's incredibly powerful to me right now. Right, okay, let's see if we can get the camera to focus back in. There we go. So we always get a monthly scroll. This month's scroll says peculiar things you can use in witchcraft. So tears, I'll just give you the headlights. It says wine corks, a compass. What else have we got? Old newspapers and rubber bands. And then it gives us some ideas of uses for those items. Now, if you've been here before, you'll know that I very rarely show you the full details of the scroll. The reason being that Deb and Ella put a lot of effort and time into this, and that isn't my spell work, that isn't my witch work to pass on. So that's why I don't give out the information on there for free. It's for Deb and Ella to do that if they wish. Right, so it looks like there's 4 more items here. We've got some sort of cards. Oh, Already this box is really hitting me emotionally, and it doesn't often do that. So these are our Spellcraft Grimoire cards. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, so first of all, I've got to say, look, they are beautiful. They are gold printed, gold edged, absolutely stunning. For our Spellcraft, it says, these beautiful Spellcraft cards were designed with love and positive energy and with the modern witch in mind. We hope you enjoy them and find them useful in your practice. Use them to represent their individual qualities on your altar or in your spell work. Incorporate them into spells and rituals, or add them into your Book of Shadows or Grimoire. They gave us some herb cards a couple of years back, I think, and I put those into my into a herb Book of Shadows. So I've got different grimoires for different things, so they've all gone into one of those. So we've got ash. So this is not the plant, this is ash from the burning of incense. Herbs and plants can be mixed with salt to create black salt for protection. Ashes are also great for dressing candles, for spells relating to renewal and rebirth. It's got coins. I'm not going to read them all out, but we've got coins. Gold. Gold, always believe in your soul. Iron nails can be hammered into door frames to protect your threshold, and used in charm bags and spell jars for protection and strength. Also very good if you want to uninvite, or to maybe block, or protect against the Fae. So if that is something, if you don't want the others kind of messing in your business, iron nails are very good for that. I've got an iron nail and protection spell bottle in every single window in this flat, and actually in the kitchen it's built into the walls. Keys are often used for many things. They can be used all over. Look, it says there, symbolically for locking and unlocking. They're very, very symbolic. Also very good for somebody that wants to work with Hecate. Mirrors, pins and needles, absolutely, is very good in again, protection workings or things like that. Red brick dust. Ooh, now I've seen this. This is, I think this comes from a hoodoo, or the first time I heard of brick dust, it was from a hoodoo ritual. So that's interesting. I am going to look more into red brick dust actually, but yeah, so that can be used. Salt is good for cleansing and all sorts of other bits, purifying. Sand, silver. So we've had gold, now we've got silver, and the last card is smoke. Now they're really pretty actually. I like those. And they've got the Witch Casket logo on the back. I can see me at some point putting them into another little Book of Shadows, or a little book of, again, maybe I'll do one just on spellcraft and things. I don't know yet. Who knows? Who knows with me? Anything is possible. But yes, I like those. They're very pretty, very ornate. I like a bit of ornate. So we've got 3 boxes left. I'm going to go with this middle size one, then that one, then the big one. So this is an altar... anomalous. An altar anomalous. Use this beautiful anomalous to hold small posies of flowers or herbs, matches, incense sticks, or anything else that takes your fancy. I love this sort of almost Victorian era, isn't it? It's almost giving that, going to the apothecary to get some ingredients. What on earth? Oh, that's an anomalous. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. That's really, really nice. Very, very plain, very basic, very understated. It isn't full of symbols and pentacles and, sigils for this, that and the other, but this means its use is almost universal. And this hasn't had a witch casket mark, so I wonder if it's one of their essentials or whether it's an exclusive. I'd imagine this is an exclusive item made just for them. That is absolutely stunning. I really like that. So for posies or for herbs or for something that you are doing where you've got something tied in a bunch, you'd pop those in. If they are living flowers or living herbs, you know, they've just been cut, you could always put some water in there and have them, you know, on display for a few days. Or I could see me using this for maybe some written spell work to place in and then put something on the top to keep it in place. That's absolutely lovely. Look at that. If I hold it up, are we going to focus? Yes, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So it's that same design, almost like the magic mirror from Snow White, the cartoon. I haven't seen the film. But look, isn't that lovely? That's really lovely, actually. Oh, that's really, I really like that. What else? Oh, I said we're going for this one next. So this is, oh, that's a really interesting design. Look. It is a, what is it? A potion vial pendant. A beautiful yet practical pendant for carrying your tinctures, elixirs and potions. And shall we have a look inside? Oh, oh, look, it's a little... Okay. Okay, this is a very nice example of it. Yes, so it's just a little spell bottle. Oh, okay. I've got to be honest, I am a tiny bit disappointed in this design. Purely and simply because of this, I was thinking it was going to be something a little bit more ornate. Again, maybe something that is more metallic. This is something very similar to an item, although it's on a massively long cord. This is something very similar to an items or to items that I myself will be producing from the witchesrow.co.uk. Little small spell bottles that are ideal for again using as a necklace, using as a pendant. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very pretty. I like the black smoked glass. I do like that, and it's on a very, very long thread. But I do like it. It's just from the design and the box, I was actually thinking we were going to get something even more ornate and even more impressive. But don't get me wrong, I do still genuinely like this. Anything that's sort of a wearable potion bottle or wearable little elixir holder, I do really like. A wearable vial. Angelina Jolie used to wear one with her ex's blood in it, I believe. But yes, there you go. So that's that item. I love the little box though. That's really cute. And the final item is this in the bottom. It is a Witch Casket exclusive. Let's have a look. It's a magical basswood writing set. Okay. Whether it's writing in a book of shadows, journaling, coven correspondence, noting manifestation goals, affirmations or sigils, all witches know there is a great power in the written word. With this in mind, we designed this stunning wooden quill, an ink set, to add a little extra magic to your work. Created from basswood, which is great for creative endeavours and enchantments. Oh, okay. I've never heard of basswood before. Oh, look. Are we going to focus, camera? That would be really nice if we could. Look at that. Look at that. It is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a little wooden quill. There we go. Look, be some brown ink and a little quill. I'm not sure how you're supposed to use this. Right, let me just see. If I tell you what, I'll move the box out of the way for now. And I've got this just here, and I've got the... Do you just dip it? Is that what you do? I don't know. You watch me spill this ink all over everything. Let's not do that, Lisa. Right, so do we just... I've never used an actual quill pen before, even though it's a wooden version. Do we just dip that in there, and then you're supposed to wipe it off or something, and then... Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to do that. There we go. I'll just write the word hello. That's really cool. And then how about if I do... Oh, no. I'm not sure how you're supposed to use it. Do we just... God, could you imagine writing in the olden days when you were using the quill and ink sets? Okay, let me just draw this little sigil. You would literally be dipping in every every half a pen stroke. I mean, that is literally, look at that. How annoying would that be if you had to write with that only? I'm just drawing this sigil. That's really good though. That's actually, I don't know how, what do you have to do now? Do you just wait for them to dry? That, oh look, and already it's getting ink around the bottom. I quite like that though, you know. I do quite like that. The idea that it would, as you use it, this will get stained and it will go up your quill, if you like. That's really cool. And it's is it a brown? It must be a brown if it's called brown. Be some brown. Oh, it is. It's, look at that. I don't know whether you can see. It's a dark brown. That's really cool. Oh, I like that. I can see me keeping this for using it just for writing specific sigil work and things like that, and keeping it and imbibing it with lots and lots of magical energy, so that the only time I use it is when I'm doing something like writing sigils. That though, that is absolutely awesome. It is very lightweight, I will say that. That's the only negative thing I will say. But then again, if you're writing with it, you don't want it to be particularly heavy, do you? But no, that's incredibly lovely, actually. I really do like that. Right, I'm going to pop everything back into the box and just make sure we've got everything that I'm supposed to have. Ah, right, there we go, everybody. It's called a terrarium. I knew it was some sort of twist on a vivarium, but I knew it wasn't that. A terrarium. So we have actually got everything that we were supposed to have. So then, my thoughts. First of all, I don't know. Right, okay. I like every item in here, right? So my what I'm about to say is probably going to sound like a real massive negative, but it isn't. But let me say it. So, with the name Peculiar Oddities, I was perhaps expecting something more, maybe more macabre, maybe something with a bone or some sort of item like that. Maybe something along the lines of cemetery dirt. Something that was a bit more peculiar or a bit more of an oddity. Now, I completely understand that this box, I believe it's a vegan box. I believe it's a box that literally goes out to everyone around the world. So I can completely understand why certain items that you might expect under this title wouldn't be included. So I do completely understand. It's just naming it something as unique as Peculiar Oddities, and yet there not being anything particularly peculiar or particularly odd. I think that's the only thing that kind of lets the box down ever so slightly, and that is purely and simply on the branding of this. If it had been something like, I mean, again, this feels very steampunky, but there's nothing steampunk in the box. This feels very you know, ye oldie witchy shop of apothecaries, and where you're going to find all sorts of magical wonders. And don't get me wrong, everything in this box I really, really like. There's some items in here I have not had ever before. I have seen little, you know, mini statuette goddess things in a similar pose, representing the sort of Earth Mother, that universal goddess type image, sometimes with a planet in her belly, the idea of it, the universe giving birth and all of that. So I've seen similar things to that. I've never seen an anomalous, although didn't actually know what its name was. The terrarium pin I really like, actually, as well as having the terrarium card. So I like those. I like the little spellcraft cards, although again, maybe there could have been one in there that said something like a bone, or, you know, hagstone, something that was a little bit more a little bit more peculiar to be just with this title. That would be the only thing I would say. Having said all of that, I actually like every single item. So I haven't had a petrified wood stone before. I haven't had a cat's claw bark before. I've never even heard of that. I have had the little potion bottle, the vial, and I'm completely fine with that. You know, as I've said many a time, I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes for the Witch's Road to get some items up on sale myself, and so little necklaces very similar to that with the little spell bottles in. I'm you know, well aware that is kind of a standard, but having said that, I also appreciate that not everybody who gets a Witch Casket box is going to be in the position that I am, having a lot of experience in the craft and also aiming to, you know, create my own sort of mini shop. So I do really like this month's box. I think my favorite items, the petrified wood stone, that really did hit home for quite personal reasons. This idea of transformation, trusting the universe, it's the idea, isn't it, of a mountain's lifetime, and a mountain across its lifetime sees our lives in such that it's barely a glimmer, barely a speck in our entire, you know, 80, 90 years, or however long we live. That mountain, for that mountain, if that mountain was conscious, it's barely not even a blink. Do you know what I mean? In our entire existence is gone when you look at the amount of time the mountains are here. So this idea of using petrified wood and trusting the universe, trusting that things will improve and things do change over time, and that's something that, again, this is actually something that's become incredibly difficult to remind myself of over the last couple of days. And this idea that the universe will go on, and that there is hope, and that there is kindness and love and positivity out in the universe. Just something like this, that's really hit me today. So that and the statue, I think, are going to be my two combined. As soon as I'm done filming this, these two are going to sit together on my windowsill altar. So that is exactly why these two are going to be my star item for today. Absolutely adorable. Are we going to focus? There you go. Look at that. I love the fact, I love this liminality of having the snake. So we've got the idea of the goddess, and it's a little bit of a different depiction, which I really like, but the snake for me just lifts it, because snakes are also, along with this, snakes are also a symbol of transformation and a symbol of shedding our skins and ever changing as we go through life. There's also lots of connection in with Ouroboros, the idea of the snake eating itself, this eternal circle of life. And so yeah, this is my star item. Although if I could give a second star item, if I was to pick, I mean technically this is two, but you know what I mean, if I could pick a completely other one, it would be that writing set, because again, that is something I think is absolutely lovely. I've never had one of those, and I will absolutely keep that and use that for writing sigils, spell work. I could even see me using it, writing these oddity cards into my grimoire, into my Book of Shadows. So there you go. Those are my thoughts. Oh, a dud. There isn't a dud this month. There isn't going to be a dud this month, because every other item I absolutely love. There's not even an incense that would make it very easy to pick a dud. There's no dud this month at all. Do I think this box is worth £100? I can see how that could be up in that sort of figure, yes, to be honest with you. When you look at each individual item and the fact that there's so many that are exclusive to Witch Casket, which means they're going to be sought after, limited numbers of production, limited, you know, limited editions, if you like, I can see how that would be easily £100. I personally wouldn't pay £100 for the contents of the box, but that's because I'm cheap. You all know this. However, for £29, I am over the moon about this box, but that is just my opinion. Let me know yours down in the comment section. What do you think about this? Do you think it is peculiar and odd enough to warrant the title? Or do you think this could have been called something else and pack even more of a punch? Look, I don't want to put this down because it's going to go on my altar. I absolutely needed this today. I'm getting emotional, but I absolutely needed this today. It's been a really tough couple of days, and I've had a couple of really amazing things happen to me in the last 24 hours. And for everybody watching this, if you haven't done already, please do the YouTubey things, the like, the subscribe, and all of that. It really does help my little channel out. And yeah, I will be back with more videos very soon. Don't forget, I do go live on a Tuesday and Sunday evening at 7 p.m. UK time if you'd like to come along for a tarot reading on this channel. But I'm going to go now. This needs to get on my altar very quick. So thanks everybody for watching. And as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.